Through Jesus Christ. Amen. One reality in life that we can always count on is waiting. Waiting for someone to show up, for something to happen, or for things to change. Now, another reality of life is that most of us don't like waiting. We look for the shortest line at the grocery store or the bank. I see knowing smiles. We become impatient or frustrated waiting for the doctor or the wait server who's slow or inattentive. And just think about how we behave when the elevator or computer is slow to respond to our request. Lots of buttons are being pushed, the machines and ours. Sometimes it seems like we spent most of our life waiting for something. As children, we wait for Christmas and summer vacation and to grow up. And then as adults, we wait for just the right job or that special person who will make our life complete. We wait for a promotion or maybe a retirement. Some people wait for the diagnosis and others wait for a cure. Some wait for the day the pain will stop and the grief will end. Others wait for the answers to prayers. And many wait for that day when we have enough time and enough money or enough freedom, and the day when we will live happily ever after. We wait as individuals and we also wait as groups. Here at Peace Lutheran, you wait for your next pastor. You discern what gifts and strengths you most need in that next pastor, and you wait with the thought of a new shepherd when one settles in. And as you wait, you grieve Pastor Ralph, and you will eventually feel the excitement settle in, the excitement of a new pastor and what the future brings. Just what is it that God is calling the Peace Lutheran family to do in this next years of ministry here at this time and in this place? And we even wait on a larger scale, don't we? We as Christians wait for healing and reconciliation and the resolution of conflict. Sometimes it seems as if the world has been waiting since the beginning of creation for peace and the end of war and the end of hunger and poverty. At some level, waiting happens and takes place every day, and so we wait. Each of us could name the things or the people for which we wait. But sometimes we live with an overwhelming feeling of waiting with no clear idea for what it is that we wait, that we're waiting. And when I look at my waiting, I realize that I generally don't wait in the present. I either move into the past or into the future. And the great tragedy when I do that is that I lose the present moment. And that's part of what makes waiting so painful and so difficult. Waiting in the future often brings with it fear and anxiety about what will happen. You know, those unknowns of the future can be disconcerting because we just might not be in control. And similarly, waiting in the past can bring sadness and anger or guilt about things that have happened, or things that we have done, or things that we have left undone. When we move out of the present, either into the past or into the future, we not only postpone life, but we deny life. We forgo the sacrament of the present moment. And we refuse God's gift of the kingdom here and now. And as difficult as our present circumstances may be, that's the only place here in the present that we can ever be fully alive. It's the only place that we can truly experience God. Yet everyone, everywhere, of every age, waits. And Jesus certainly does not eliminate waiting. If anything, it sounds like just the opposite today in the gospel. He tells the crowd to be like those waiting for their master to return. But today's gospel is not simply about passing time. It's about God's presence and our being present. Jesus sees waiting as an act of faithfulness. Our being confident in things that we cannot see and believing in the grace and the goodness of God. So we're mistaken if we think that today's gospel describes an absent God, a God who left many years ago, for whom we wait. And we're equally mistaken if we think that we're waiting for a God who lives in the future. Instead, Jesus is teaching us how and where to wait. He's inviting us to be present to the one who is always already present. He's inviting us to listen for the knock, to watch, and to be alert. He's inviting us to be in the present to the reality of God in each other, the reality of God in the world, and the reality of God within each of us. This is the God who is present in the ordinary circumstances of our lives, even in our waiting. So we might be tempted to ask, then where is God in all this waiting? And I think back to several years ago when I was responsible for a confirmation class of several 11 and 12-year-olds. And you can only imagine the things that come out of their mouths. And during one of the teaching periods on the first day, one of the table facilitators asked her youth, "Where did you see Jesus today?" And a very excited and surprised child cried out, "You mean he was here today?" That, indeed, was a fantastic teaching moment for those children. And I suspect that even the adults among us benefit from that reminder. See, Jesus responds to our surprise and excitement and says, "Yes, yes, yes, I was here, I am here, I will be here." So he says, get dressed for action. In other words, be ready. Something is going on right now, right here. And I want you to be part of it. Come and participate. Things are happening for you. Have your lamps lit, he says. There is something to see. Move out of the darkness and into the light. See what is right in front of you. See what is all around you. And see what is within you. The Father wants you to be aware of the kingdom. And then he commands us to be alert. But that isn't a threat of punishment. It's an invitation to be blessed. Those who are alert to the workings of God will see the blessings all around them. Jesus is not just inviting us to be awake, to be ready, and to be watchful. He's calling us to be fully alive and to remain alive because blessing and life are synonymous in God's kingdom. It's as if Jesus is saying to us, be alert, be blessed, and I will come and serve you. I will feed you the bread of life, and I will serve you the cup of salvation. All of this, Jesus says, happens at an unexpected hour. Like a thief in the night, the Son of Man is coming. So when is that unexpected hour? When should all this happen? And my guess is that for most of us, maybe all of us, the most unexpected hour is today, right here, and right now. The most unexpected hour is the hour spent in the hospital waiting room, the hour sitting next to the phone waiting for news of a loved one, the hour praying for a miracle, the hour in which we wait for clarity and a way forward, the hour waiting for grief to end and life to return to normal, the hour we wait and discern our future and our next pastor, the hour in which it seems as if nothing is happening and life is not the way we want and there is nowhere to go. You mean he was here today? Yes, right here in the most unexpected hour of your life. May you be graced to recognize his presence. Amen.